One averages 37.
Yes.
You're going to play them in the second round. We know in the playoffs, we know what he does. We don't know what you do yet in the playoffs. We know what he does in the playoffs. He's amazing. He is the playoffs. We have to get through this first. And this is my matchup, right? That means me as a player will be tested against a guy who literally has his way with me because I'm not strong enough yet. So that means I'm going to be worn the fuck out 7 games, right? If we're going to win this series, that means I have to be able to be on the floor every single minute. I'm most likely going to foul out at least one game. I'm going to be in foul trouble some of those games. After this battle, if we win, I then have to face the champs. If we get out of that round, then I got to face Boston. Do you see how hard the road is? So if you could have won that game to have an easier matchup, meaning who's in 7th?
Either the Suns
we don't know yet.
Suns or Blazers?
Yeah.
Whoa, round 1, sweep. Lakers. Then we play the Lakers?
Or the Timberwolves.
The Lakers?
Timberwolves.
Cool. Lakers?
Timberwolves.
It would have been Timberwolves.
Or the Timberwolves. Okay. Or the Timberwolves. That means that there's a guy over there that I've been busting his ass since I was 15.
I've
been busting Rudy.
There's a guy in Minnesota that's been busting y'all. Yeah.
Cool. We got a lot.
Nuggets have been losing in the semifinals the last 2 years.
We're talking about this year.
I'm talking about the last
this
2.
year.
So we're talking about
All right, man. So Pistons can either play the Magic or the Hornets. Right now, I was there listening to Paulo Brancho. He getting ate alive out here for, coming up small versus the Philadelphia 76ers. They'll be the 7th seed. And the Magic and the Hornets will play the right to play the Pistons. And, I seen Paulo say the Hornets been giving them trouble all year. So, the NBA gonna get what they want with LaMelo and, the Hornets versus the Pistons, it look like. And the Magic, apparently it's a report going out there. They coach Mosley gonna be fired regardless. Paulo Brancho been throwing up under the bus all year. But check out Detroit Pistons Top Playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And I know people saying, who would you rather play? And I heard Gilbert Arenas say something. I might put the clip in there if I can pull it up. And he was kind of talking about Wemby and talking about how, he needs to get the Spurs should have went for the easier matchup and beat the Nuggets and knocked them out of the 7th spots or whatever spot, or playing them in the second round and avoided them. I don't like that mentality. Or going the easy route. I don't really care for it. In my opinion, you should want to go with the toughest matchup because it's build team character. You go through the easy matchups and then you get to some hard shit, you ain't battle tested. So that's the wild thing about it. Where you gotta, Gilbert, we can do they should have went the easier way, and that's why you see why he don't have a mentality of a champion. Why he ain't a champion, he don't have the mentality of it. Yo, if we gotta get down to the nitty gritty, if we gotta box this shit out, we gotta fight our way out. If we got smooth selling, shout out to you. Shout out for smooth selling. But, going through hard shit is what builds character. That's what builds character. That's what builds your character. And, for the most part, for viewership, Sunday, I think at 6:30, they probably want them playing the Charlotte Hornets. But in general, it doesn't matter. I think Orlando match up better with us, but they have a lot of team turmoil going on right now. When the coaches, they basically say, no matter what you do, excuse me. And that's what the report said. No matter what Mosley do, he will not be back next season. He will not be back next season. That was the report. He will not be back next season. So guess what? You know, the players know it. The players don't respect him. They challenged, you know, his coaching ability. He probably already caught, you know, trying to look at other moves. You know? So Orlando is checked out, but matchup wise, really it's good TV for the NBA regardless. Orlando and Detroit match up well. It was like a little rivalry brewing. You know, I thought Orlando would make the jump, make a similar jump to the Pistons. Or to what Atlanta or Toronto doing right now. But right now, you know, this season, it's the lack of maturity with Orlando. Paolo Brancho is really immature. When I seen him throw his coach under the bus, I said, oh, he the problem. You know, and these young guys, they don't have a code. They don't understand man code. They don't understand you don't throw your superior under the bus. I don't know if y'all watched The Wire. That's why they ain't really mess with McNulty, is because McNulty used to undercut his superiors. Now, it was for a good reason, but when they talk about the chain of command, you know, that's what we speaking on, the chain of command. You know? Where is this BMW? This BMW just, I'll be trying to get away from it. He been fooling like, man, well, what is your occupation, bro? Like, man, go on. You been bullshitting on the road all day. Should read your plate out. But yeah, that ain't how you operate, bro. That just shows a lack of leadership. That's treasonous. What he did when he threw that coach Mosley under the bus. That was treasonous. That was after they played the Pistons too. They had a game plan. We didn't make no adjustments. They probably gonna trade his ass. Him and the coach probably gone. They probably gonna trade his ass. For sure. But it's probably gonna be Charlotte. And it's gonna be an interesting game. Interesting series. It's gonna be interesting series, and you know, could the Hornets got a chance? Absolutely. With the injuries happening, you know, is K gonna ramp it up? Yeah, the playoffs a different ball game, but it's gonna be fun. The Hornets got pride. The Hornets got a superstar in the making in LaMelo Ball. It's gonna be a good series, you know. But like I said, what I'm gonna say, the Pistons want to get rid of them as fast as possible. They want to get rid of them as fast as possible. You don't want to risk injuries. You want to be fresh. And a lot of they guys coming into this playoff fresh. They are. You know, so very familiar with Charlotte. And then the second round, you got Cleveland. And in my opinion, Cleveland is the toughest matchup they're going to have in the Eastern Conference. If them and Cleveland play each other, that's the toughest matchup for Detroit. You know, interdivision, they know each other well. Cleveland match up well. That's a tough matchup. So, yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting. Very, very interesting. You know, but we will see. But yeah. You know, the hard route build character. So, you know, let's get this on and popping. But I think Charlotte will prevail. Orlando is just in shambles right now. You know, Paolo is very immature. And then you talk all this shit, but you don't uphold your end of the bargain. That's the wild part about it. You can talk about his coaching, but man, that Philly game, man, they killing you. Close to help keep the game close and all that. Missing open jumpers and all that, you know. But hey, it is what it is. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Peace.